A gifted young sculptor of Cyprus, named Pygmalion, was a woman-hater.
I hate you!
Detesting the faults beyond measure which nature has given to women, he resolved never to marry. His art, he told himself, was enough for him. Nevertheless, the statue he made and devoted all his genius to was that of a woman. He was bent on forming a perfect woman and showing men the deficiencies of the kind they had to put up with.
They made a statue of us.
However that was, he labored long and devotedly on the statue and produced a most exquisite work of art. But, lovely as it was, he could not rest content. He kept on working at it, and daily, under his skillful fingers, it grew ever more beautiful. No woman born, no statue ever made could amount to it. When nothing could be added to its perfections, a strange fate had befallen its creator. He had fallen in love, deeply, passionately in love, with the thing he had made.
Then they'll give us a talking to, 'cause they've got years of experience.
It must be said in explanation that the statue did not look like a statue. No one would have thought it was ivory or stone, but warm human flesh, motionless for a moment only. Such was the wondrous power of this disdainful young man. The supreme achievement of art was his, the art of concealing art. But from that time on, the gender he scorned had their revenge. No hopeless lover of a living maiden was ever so desperately unhappy as Pygmalion. He hugged those enticing arms. They could not hug him back. He caressed her hands, her face. They were unresponsive. For a time he tried to pretend, as children do with their toys. He would dress her in rich robes, imagining she was pleased. He would bring her the gifts real maidens love, such as gay flowers. He treated her as little girls do their dolls. But he was not a child. He could not keep on pretending. In the end, he gave up. He loved a lifeless thing, and he was utterly and hopelessly wretched. This passion did not long remain concealed from the goddess of passionate love. Venus was interested in something that seldom came her way, a new kind of lover, and she was determined to help a young man who could be enamored and yet original. On the feast day of Venus, Pygmalion offered up prayers to her. He dared to ask the goddess only that he might find a maiden like his statue, but Venus knew what he really desired, and as a sign that she favored his prayer, the flame on the altar he stood before leaped up 3 times, blazing into the air. Very thoughtful of this good omen, Pygmalion sought his house and his love, the thing he had created and given his heart to. There she stood on her pedestal, entrancingly beautiful. He touched her. Was it self-deception, or did she really feel warm to his touch? He hugged her and felt her grow soft beneath his arms. He touched her arms, her shoulders. Their hardness vanished. It was like watching wax soften in the sun. He clasped her wrist. Blood was pulsing there. Then she punched him in the gut. Venus, he thought, this is the goddess's doing. And with unutterable gratitude and joy, he put his arms around his love and saw her smile. Venus herself graced their marriage with her presence, but what happened after that we do not know, except that Pygmalion named the maiden Galatea, and their son, Paphos, gave his name to Venus's favorite city.
love, your love, your love, your love is my drug. I like your beard.